like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And this is a review of Ed Brubaker and Phillips, Incognito. Do I have it over here, actually? I got the second volume over here, which I'm looking forward to reading soon, because I really enjoyed reading the first volume. Incognito, an absolutely fantastic, really interesting take on the superhero genre through the lens of a pulp crime noir thriller. That's the way I would explain it, and I think that's a pretty darn good explanation for it. This is a strong recommend, and generally speaking, all the comics I review are comics that I like reading, right? And there's so many comics out there which are unreadable garbage. It's really weird. There was a decision made across both Marvel and DC and seemingly every other company, of instead of hiring people to write comics who loved comics, first they wanted people who were doing YA novels or wants to do sitcoms, or basically want to use comics as a springboard to get to TV writing. But then they just kind of started hiring, your boy Zach's channel describes this, random lesbians, right? That's what they are. Lots of random lesbians who aren't very good at writing comics and really may actually have mental retardation in many cases. And I know that seems really strange, right? Really strange thing to say. But like one of the number one writers I read about a few months ago, that they couldn't read till they were like 12. I mean, that sounds like a little bit, a little bit like they have mental retardation. Anyway, but there are the basic comics coming out now. You got to assume they're garbage. This strand is good comics, and more especially comics for people who don't normally read comics, because they're freaking awesome. I love comics. I always have loved comics. I'm a very visual person, right? So I like them, and I like the marriage, of good narrative, well-told visual storytelling. It's for me, I love it. It's my favorite storytelling form. It absolutely is. Adored it, always have. Fine, before we get into the review, could you hit the like button? That'd be fantastic. Thank you very much. Could you hit the share button? Even more fantastic. If you can imagine something even more fantastic, can you hit the subscribe button? Fantastic, beyond fantastic, beyond fantastic. I mean, that was just insane. I mean, you didn't probably wake up this morning going, how can I excite a rabbi to the point of very, very excited. I don't know how can I do it, but hit the subscribe button. That's really all you have to do. If you're on Rumble, baby, hit the Rumble button. I like a good Rumble. Don't you like a good Rumble? I like a fumble, but I also like a Rumble. And subscribe over there. If I put content out on my channel every day. If you ever see me not put content out, it means YouTube has give me a strike or something and throw me off the channel. That happened about a couple of weeks ago. Sign up to my Substack, my email newsletter. The link is in the video notes, where you'll be updated on everything I put out. I think I'm going to be doing more comic stuff for a while now, because I'm getting back into comics. Doctor Who is looking up, and I do a lot of Doctor Who stuff. So sign up for that. Sign up to my paid Substack, which I keep valiantly promising to send out content, but I am going to do that today. Today, because I don't have that many videos to do today, and my straight work isn't overwhelming me like it normally is. So I write and draw comics. Do I have them over here? I write and draw comics. So I'm going to be sending out a good few issues of stuff that I drew. I didn't send out anything last month, and I felt absolutely terrible about it. No, that's not it. Don't my book, any of my books over here? I didn't send out any, and I felt absolutely terrible. So I'm going to be sending out two or three issues of stuff. Hopefully today, right? Hopefully today. And then I got my my new thing, Crown of the Empire, which is a steampunky. Essentially, imagine the movie Zulu, the 1960 movie with Zulu, which has a very young Michael Caine in it, set on Mars. That's what it is. It's absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Also, absolutely awesome. I would say, is this wonderful book? Where is it? Can I make this bigger? Ooh, make it bigger, baby. Wait, maybe do I do it this way? That's not bad. There you go. So, Incognito by Ed Brubaker and Phillips. They worked together for years. This has been an incredible calibration's the wrong word. Collaboration. Oh my god, calibration when you fix the setting side. It's been it's they are. They just work so imperfectly in sync with each other. Sean Phillips, who I remember when he first started, right? Sean Phillips first got to start doing this spin-off from an English anthology called 2000 AD. He was doing World War Three, right? That was his title. And then he went on, when he went to America, he did Constantine, Hellblazer, I think, for a while. Great, just an absolutely great, great talent. I've loved his career ever since. He doesn't actually do any penciling. He just inks straight off the page. And he's got this very wonderful pulp crime noir sensibility to it, which this book has. But this book is something very different. It takes a superhero genre and puts it through again a pulp crime noir kind of film. And if we start looking at the artwork, you see it's got that dime novel kind of feel. So it starts off like a superhero books normally start off. A superhero is doing superhero stuff, beating people, but then you see it's a lot more violent, right? It's a lot more violent and a lot more adult and adult oriented, and not in a immature way, right? Not in a just look at this line over here. He says, "Hell, I knew I was making a mistake when I first felt the impact of gravel crunching under my shoes. And then there was no stopping." Yeah, so he knows he shouldn't be doing this. So why is a superhero who's saving a woman, why shouldn't he be doing this? Because he's not actually a superhero. What's really going on with him? He's a supervillain who's been put in a witness protection program, and he hates it, right? He lives the most boring, mundane life. And they put him on these power blockers, and he absolutely can't stand his life. Right? It's like relentless banality, and you just feel his boredom and frustration, which they build up. So this is a quite a fun little sequence. It's early on in the first book where he talks about getting a girl to sleep with him when he took somebody's Santa costume during a Christmas party. So, he's a very, very morally bankrupt person, as you would expect. But this is basically what's happened when he started to break bad again. Again, look at the acting, right? That Sean Phillips is able to pull up, and I love that he does this without penciling. Like, you really get a feeling like, oh, he's like somebody who's been lived in a fog is able to breathe again. So the story is, we learn a lot more about his supervillain background and how he's in a life in the witness protection program. There's a lot of world building, but we learn how he eventually starts to break bad, and starts to stop taking his anti-powers medication, and how his life eventually blows up and falls apart for it. But you're so invested in this character, right? In this very, very relatable, three-dimensional, fallible character. That you're on board with the story, even though he's a bit of a shit, right? Which is really good. So he goes through interesting twists and turns. He finds first he's just trying to have some fun, and then things start to get out of control as his secret starts to become exposed, and what he has to do to keep that secret buttoned up, and it basically unravels and unravels and unravels and unravels as you see his life explained. Like just a very, very, very good movie. Do you remember that movie from the 80s, After Hours? So Griffin Dunn, I think, was it? Yeah, it was a really cheap little movie, but what it was is about this normal guy who was out all night in the weird undertown of New York. So it's got a kind of weird same vibes of that, and the world building is absolutely excellent, right? The world building of building up this super powered world that feels three-dimensional, feels real, with real characters, real characters that you care about in it, and real genuine tense situations. How this hasn't been made into a TV show or movie is absolutely beyond me, right? Because it's really genuinely inventive, clever, and exciting, right? I mean, when I finished reading this, I immediately reached for the second volume, and the world building, as I said, is fantastic. I'm really fascinated with this world, and you find out. So it goes into who this character is and how he ties into this world as the story gently explodes and unfolds. As I said, Imagine Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul with superpowers. That's essentially what this is. And it's great, right? It's absolutely great. If the art works for you, then the art works for you. If you don't like if you like the traditional superhero artwork, this is not for you. This is a much more, again, I would say more adult, more mature fare, but not adult in gratuitous sex and violence going on and on and on for no apparent reason. Or the apparent reason that it's quite titillating to see it. But no, adult in it is a mature three-dimensional story told for grown-ups who happen to like the funny books, right? So I don't know how big that group is. I don't know how wide that demographic is, but I am certainly four square in it. So if you like genre entertainment, and you want to check out comic books, this is a great place to start. If you read a few comic books and you're looking for a recommendation, it's a strong recommend, right? It's a really, really strong, a strong recommend. I don't want to spoil it, right? I don't want to get into the plot spoiling details, but because I really want you to read and enjoy it. But you get all the superhero stuff here. You see we have flying cars and super spies and super technology and super everything, right? Super everything. But it's very, very grounded in a very three-dimensional world, which again feels it's the same sort of thriller as Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. So there, if you like that sort of thing, this one may be for you. And just pray they don't make it into a TV show or a movie, because right now, if they make anything into a TV show or movie, it's almost inevitably going to be awful, right? It's almost inevitably going to be awful. So. What this is, in one line, the story of an ex supervillain who breaks bad and life explodes and unravels exponentially in a very compelling way. That would be my elevator pitch. So it's a strong recommend. Go check it out. It's on Amazon now. You can probably if you live in a city, you can probably have it by this afternoon. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.